So this morning you differentiated between thoughts and feelings and sensations. So I'm trying to understand the relationships between these, and mostly what actually is a feeling, or what is it? What is it?
Okay, what is a feeling?
Yeah, and what is its relation to thoughts and sensations?
Oh, so I think you know what a thought is. I don't need to. So a sensation, in the way I use the word sensation, it's very specific. It's the way we feel the body. Close your eyes now. You're experiencing your body now.
Yes.
That's a sensation. Okay. It's the way we feel the body from the inside. The reason I suggested closing your eyes is because with our eyes open, we also perceive the body. We see it. That's a perception. I'll come to that in a minute. So the sensation is the felt sense of the body. Hunger is a sensation. Thirst is a sensation. Pain is a sensation. Pleasure is a sensation. The temperature of the air on your skin is a sensation. The sound of the birds is a perception. It's one of the ways that we experience the world. Seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, and smelling. Those are perceptions. Perceptions are the way we experience the world. Sensations are the way we experience the body. So what is a feeling? It would be a mixture of sensations and thoughts. This amalgam of sensations and thoughts is what we would call a feeling. So, for instance, let's say you have a headache. You would never call a headache an emotion. It's just a sensation. Whereas if you feel angry, you feel that anger in your body. It's a sensation in your body, but it also has a story that accompanies it. You don't just feel angry for no reason. It's always angry because something happened or something didn't happen. So there's always a story plus a sensation. That makes an emotion. And in emotion, in this case, when I use the word emotions or feelings, I'm referring to afflictive emotions. I don't consider happiness, peace, love, etc. emotions. They are the nature of consciousness. I don't call those emotions. Emotions would be the feelings that are generated when the nature of awareness, its innate peace, happiness, love, are veiled. The emotions are what remain.
And then sometimes with emotions it also feels like there's an overall quality to experience that is not a sensation and not a thought. For example...
You mean like an underlying emotion?
Yeah, or yes. Like that it colors something outside of...
You're right. There are two underlying emotions that characterize, in fact, that define the separate self. And that is the feeling of lack and the feeling of resistance or fear. So very often, let's take the feeling of lack. The feeling of lack, you may not have a strong feel, I need something, or I want something, or I want someone. There'll just be this chronic, mild, underlying sense of lack that seems to accompany your entire day. Whenever there's a gap whenever your attention is not required by the world, whenever you're not thinking about something, you go back to yourself. You don't go all the way back to your true nature. You go back to a layer just in front of your true nature. That just this existential feeling of lack. That is the core of the ego. And it doesn't have a specific object in mind. It's not like I lack a relationship or I lack an object. It's just the core feeling. I'm incomplete. I need something. I don't know what it is. It's the existential sense of lack and resistance. These are the core qualities that define the separate self. In fact, we could say the separate self is not an entity that feels lack. and fear, we could say it is the activity of seeking and resisting. In other words, the ego is not an entity, it is an activity. The only entity there is, if we can call it an entity, is pure awareness. And so most people, when their attention is not required by the world and when there's nothing to think of, instead of going all the way back to their true nature, they stop just short of their true nature. They just go to this layer, this existential sense of lack and fear that lies just in front of our true nature and veils it. And because of that, we are then propelled out again to try to fulfill this sense of lack, instead of going all the way back to the true source of peace, that which lies just behind this sense of lack. So the existential sense of lack and resistance is like the screensaver that remains after all the other programs are shut down, but is not yet the transparent screen. It mimics the screen. It seems to be our bottom line, but it's not our bottom line. There's one step further back we can go. And because most people don't know about taking this one step further back, they get to this, their screensaver, the existential sense of lack and resistance. In order to relieve the discomfort of these feelings, they go out again towards objects, substances, activities, and so on. And only rarely, in deep sleep, on the fulfillment of a desire, the experience of tremendous grief, do they go all the way through that layer back to their true nature briefly.
And can this sense of lack and fear be felt as all pervasive, more than just a sensation?
It can be felt as all pervasive for as long as it is not clearly seen.
Okay, yes. And
it's like on a misty morning. It's like saying the mist is all pervasive. That's like saying the mist is the sky. No, the mist isn't all pervasive. If you look carefully, the mist is just a limited temporary appearance. What is all pervasive is the sky. But because this mist seems to fill the sky, we don't see the sky and we think, oh, the mist is all pervasive. So it feels as if this sense of lack is all pervasive. It's just there behind everything. It seems to fill the empty space. That is true as long as we don't see it clearly. If we see it clearly, we realize, no, it is a cloud appearing in the all-pervasive awareness.